Yo, Cultural Confederates! So happy Sunday, welcome back to the channel, happy Father's Day. So I forgot to post my weekly Weird World News video, as I normally do on Fridays now, to cover another story. So we're going to do that tonight. So we're going to do the weekly Weird World News episode tonight for you. But let me share this Father's Day story with you. So I've been busy with work. We've had some meetings. We're doing these monthly meetings now, and they always seem to do them. But first, before I forget, if you're new to the channel, no fancy graphics, epic soundtracks, pretty boy camera angles. We talk about the news of the day. You might get a tinge of politics. The main purpose, though, is to preserve great art, music, history, and culture. That's what I do on the channel. And we do it bare bones. So it is what it is. So thank you again for watching, subscribing. I have a lot of fun doing this channel, as you know. And I've got some goodies here for you, hot off the presses. But my little Father's Day story. So you get busy with work. You know that song by Harry Chapin, The Cat's in the Cradle? I'll tell you what, between fathers and sons, that's generally what happens. So I've been really busy with work. We've had meetings once a month now. And what is this thing with doing these meetings like at 9 o'clock in the morning? You can't do these like in 2 in the afternoon when it's a more convenient time for people, especially if you're working the night before and you don't get off till 11, then you come back the next morning. Got to get up at the butt-ass crack of dawn to go down to work and have a meeting 9 o'clock to tell you the same thing that they talked about last month. So I hadn't talked to my dad in a while, and I've been dealing with this issue with my mom. As you know, if you've been following the channel, she's suffering from lung cancer after going through this fight with breast cancer. Apparently, it spread to the lungs. Not a good situation. And now she's moved back out to California. So I've been dealing with that, calling her, good 4 or 5 times a week, checking up on her. She's getting hospice care out there. And I know I'll have to go out and see her soon. After making a couple of trips to see her. But I'll have to go out there again. But my dad was so mad at me. He's like, "Where have you been? Don't you realize I've been worried about you?" He was so worried. He called the police in my state where I live to make sure I was okay. Thank you, Dad. Love you. I'm sorry I didn't call you. And I could have sworn that I called him and left a message on the phone number that I have. So we talked for a few minutes. And I said, no, Dad, I'm doing good. I'm still here. I would like him to come up here and see me. But thought I'd share that with you. So just tell your dad and your family members that you love them. That's my point here. But funny little story. I told Dad, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. So I'm doing good, folks. I'm doing good. Although I'm a little sore from working out and riding my bike up and down the hill. Something I got to get used to. So at any rate, let's get to these stories here. Again, hot off the presses. MSNBC is very disappointed with this Trump military parade that happened Saturday. 250th anniversary of the Army. Of course, next year is our 250th anniversary of the United States. Way to go, United States. But the truth is, we are all Confederates. That's why we had something called the Articles of Confederation. But they're very disappointed because there was no dark, malevolent energy. Is that how you say it? Malevolent, as I have spelled here on the graphic? Or is it malevolent? Malevolent. Whatever it is. Well, there's none of that energy at this parade. And they're very, very disappointed because they saw this dark, malevolent energy. There, I got it right. At these Trump rallies. Because these Trump rallies were nothing but white supremacist rallies, mimicking the Nazis' 1933 Madison Square Garden, or whenever they had their rally at Madison Square Garden. And Ali Velshi and Chris Hayes commented live on TV covering this parade. Now, at the same time you had this parade, you had this No Kings protest across the country. Oh, there I slipped. I meant Federal Republic. And of course, all the cities you would suspect, and then some. And then we had 2 people shot at one of these rallies in Salt Lake City. It was over at NBC. An innocent bystander was shot and killed by quote-unquote peacekeepers. Now, the person who was shot, victim is Arthur Falasa Alu, 39, who died at the hospital from his injuries. 2 men were detained. The one who is in custody now and charged with murder is Arturo Gamboa, Arturo Gamboa, 24 years old. And he, along with another suspect, who was involved. Apparently, there was an AR-15. They were waving it around. 3 shots were fired, and it hit this innocent bystander. And they were part of the peacekeepers at this No Kings rally. And did you hear about the George Washington statue that was vandalized in Boston? This, according to NBC Boston, happened early Saturday morning. Was there another police-involved shooting we're not aware of here? Happened in the famed Boston Gardens, or Garden Park, rather. Happened before 7 a.m., and the caller who witnessed this, or called this in, remained anonymous, told BPD that he had noticed the monument had been graffitied with red and white paint all over the granite base, as well as the steps that surround it. As I said, the statue is located in the city's public garden. The caller also found a red spray can lid lying next to the statue steps and moved it to the pavement, where it was later picked up by detectives, and the investigation is ongoing. So we have that happening in Boston. What else do I have my list of goodies here? Did you hear about the Chinese bank that's been ordered to stop offering free Labubu dolls to new customers? That's what they're called, Labubu dolls. It's apparently a very popular toy, or stuffed toy, in China. The bank is Ping An Bank, based in Shenzhen, I believe it is. And it's a promotional item that was awarded to new customers who deposited roughly about $7,000 or more in their account for a 3-month period. So they would give them a Labubu doll. Here's your Labubu doll. Labubu, Labubu, Labubu. Say that 10 times. Labubu, Labubu, Labubu. Then I'm going to start a trend here on YouTube. The Labubu trend. So as I said, this is a popular stuffed toy. It was sold, or has been sold, by Pop Mart. But the National Financial Regulatory Administration Xinjiang branch has been barring this bank, as well as others, from offering such promotions in fear that it's going to raise banking costs. So that's happening in China. Did you hear about the husband who predicted that his wife would hit it big, and this was one day before she bought a $150,000 lottery ticket? Nashville resident Patricia Battle, who's actually from North Carolina, bought this at the Easy Stop on East Washington Street in Nashville. Turns out worth $150,000. Husband predicts it the day before. And finally, San Francisco Chronicle. So the San Francisco Chronicle is urging Californians to ditch the U.S. flag and fly the California state flag and local flags July 4th. And this is in response to Trump sending in the military to L.A. with these riots, as well as cutting funding for health care and funding education, etc. So we have that going on. Thought I'd share this with you tonight. Our weekly Weird World News episode, doing the Sunday night rather than Friday. And again, I apologize that I didn't post it Friday. But if you like the video, you know what to do. Follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time. And go to X, Culture Confederacy, Culture Confed 1 on X. Now you can find me at Substack if I didn't say that already. So thank you for being with me. I'll catch you next time. As you know, these are one-take videos. We do it in one take, and that's it. It is what it is. So you all have a great Sunday night, and I'll see you tomorrow on Monday. Take care.